Okay, so I saw this picture I posted. It's from the Cardinals, AZ Cardinals. This is a man that's going to have a career year. Yes or no?
I mean, he just looks locked in, and this picture was probably snapped May 8th. It's May 9th today. Have we ever seen him as focused as this at this point in the offseason? And he's there. Obviously, he's got the $1 million workout bonus and all that, but he's bought into JG, the culture for the Cardinals. I'm sure he's pumped about all the moves that they made. That was on full display draft night. This guy's ready to put together, and he has the infrastructure around him to have his best career as an NFL player.
That's a killer right there. Let's see it one more time, producer Jacob. This is a guy in the peak of his physical prime, back from the ACL, with a very competent coaching staff, probably the best he's ever had since Lincoln Riley. And he's got a plethora of backs, tight ends, linemen. He's got the 4th overall pick at his disposal. Like, look out. For people who are sleeping on this guy, the only thing that's going to hold him back is health. If he plays 17 games this year, they are making the playoffs. He is going to the Pro Bowl. Like, you can't convince me otherwise. Yeah. Every year since Kyler Murray's been in the NFL, outside of his rookie season, when he's played the majority of the season, they have been either in playoff contention or they've been in the postseason. Like, I expect that to continue. He carried a middling to below average roster at the end of last year with the hardest strength of schedule to almost 500. That is commendable. You can't tell me right now. Everybody's going to look up the first Sunday, and we'll know next Wednesday who they're going to play the first Sunday of the NFL season. He is going to put up about 3 touchdowns and over 300 yards in a W, and people are going to lose it. They're going to be, oh, where's Kyler Murray been? He's right here, crushing it this offseason. Looks fantastic.
That's strength and conditioning. You don't even have your coaches out there on the field. You've just got the training staff, right?
Yeah.
And he's got the pissed off LeBron James look in his eye. He looks like he's about to tear somebody's head off right there. And as I said, it's May 8th. You look at the final 3 games of last season, where this is a team that wanted to ground and pound you and then, set up the pass. I mean, he goes over 70% completion percentage, 6 touchdowns, 1 interception. That was in Philly. And had a quarterback rating of 108. Like that's what's possible. And probably for the first time in his career, it was trending up going into the end of the season, finishing a season. So, I think that they want to obviously hit the ground running to open the year and then consistently, bully teams and play their style of football. But yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, the only thing that's standing in his way is what I think is a fair criticism is if he's able to stay healthy enough.
Because I see people in the chat talking about maturity. Here's what I'll say on that. We're all better in our professional careers when we're surrounded by good people. We're only as good as the people around us. And I think, yes, Kyler Murray has had some shortcomings, excluding Bo Brock. Kyler Murray might have had some leadership shortcomings early in his career. Okay. That's been documented. Look at the infrastructure that he had and ask yourself how many young quarterbacks could have sustained what was going on behind the scenes, on the playing field, lack of development, coaching staff, GM, owner, and made the postseason in the division with Kyle Shanahan, Pete Carroll, and Sean McVay. Now, okay, yeah, he looks great. He's primed for a rebound. Oh, he's got competent people around him. This is a man's game. This is a difficult game. You can't do it by yourself, right? This isn't tennis, right? You're not going to be able to go out and just carry a team every single week. Not carry a team, carry a franchise. He was dubbed the savior when he got here in 2019. So now it's just like, he's a big piece of the puzzle, but he's part of the puzzle. He's part of the infrastructure. He's being challenged by the coaches and the executives and the general managers, and he's responding to them, and he's taken on a leadership role. It's just like this has always been there with Kyler. Mm-hmm. I am very steadfast in my opinion that he was held back by this franchise, by the people who are no longer here. And that's unfortunate, but better late than never to get him some adults that can help him grow and get to where he wants to be as a professional.
For sure. And he came in a baby, and he had a lot put on his shoulders, and probably was unfair. And he had a head coach that was
20 years old,
and you had a general manager that didn't really know how to put pieces around him for success, right? But I'm not going to make Kyler Murray completely you know, like he had his role. Like he had things as far as the maturation that he had to learn. And I think 2022 was a huge part of that, right?
Yeah.
And when he came back from that injury, like he was locked in, but he also had an organization that was empowering him, that was challenging him. He's a competitor. Like at the end of the day, he loves to compete. And if you're challenging him off the playing field, he's going to be engaged, and you can tell that he's engaged even at this stage in the offseason. So I just think it's a good marriage between front office, the coaching staff, and their franchise quarterback. It really is. Like, you can make all the jokes you want, but you bring in a guy that in Brian Hartline, who told us yesterday, in Marvin Harrison Jr., who could just cruise to big time NFL deals and have a good career, just being who he is with the skill set that he was blessed with. But he's obsessed with the game of football, and Kyler Murray is just as obsessed as Marvin Harrison Jr. is. And to have people around him like MHJ and JG, they're equally as obsessed, and that's a good problem to have.
Yeah, I can't think of a better threesome offensively. And I put Trey McBride in this group too, but like the high picks of Paris, Marvin, and Kyler, all knowing the expectations that come with being a high pick, playing college football at the highest level, and Kyler Murray taking a leadership role with those two players. I mean, it's just like, it's the perfect storm right now. Like, people who scoff at this team, oh, they can't make the playoffs, they're going to have a losing record, like, just not paying attention. Just not paying attention. They got too much talent.